Hello and welcome to Virtual Communication Online. This is your announcement page, and as you see, the course begins Monday, January 6th. I would like you to read over this page in detail. There are a number of requirements that I have and that you will have for yourself to be successful in this course. So please read this in detail, and if there's anything in here that you don't think you can abide by, please choose a different course, a different version of this course, or a different instructor. You have until the end of ad drop to do any switches that you need to. So please be aware, I use the textbook fully. You need to be reading your email. You need to be communicating with me and handing in your assignments on time to succeed well in this course. All right, so we're going to move from this announcement page to the course information page. And I do want you to explore this on your own this week. It is part of your orientation, but I'm just going to walk you through a few of the documents so that we can have gone over them together and you understand some of the expectations to ensure your success this semester. So the first one I'm going to start with is the weekly schedule. It is a Word document and it looks like this. Pretty simple layout, a little bit color coordinated that I'm going to tell you what it all means. But for starts, we'll start on this column. So as you see, the due dates are the Fridays of the semester for the most part. Now, there are some exceptions to that. One is anything that is in green, which is the discussion board post. And as you see, we do two at the beginning of the term, and we finish the term with a third. Those discussion board posts are actually due on Wednesday, with the response due to your peer due Friday at noon. So please be aware of that exception. Pretty much everything else throughout the term to do with your website that you'll be developing, tests, assignments, that type of thing, will be due Friday at noon. Please be aware that there is a zero tolerance for lateness in this course. The only exceptions to that are bereavement and illness, both of which must be documented. For documentation of bereavement, I would need to have a note either from your coordinator or a counselor that's aware of your situation, or else provide me with funeral details, something like that, so that I know it is a factual issue for you. For illness, please make sure you provide a doctor's note. These proofs must be emailed to me. The doctor's note must have specific dates on it. Be aware that you have at least a week to accomplish each of the assignments for this course. So know that if you're just sick for a day or two, that doesn't exempt you from the whole week's worth of work. So gauge your time accordingly. Don't procrastinate is the secret to success in this course for sure. All right, so we'll walk through what is expected. Week 1, you're already doing it. You're in the orientation. And you will also read over the website creation assignment. There's a separate screencast for that I will be taking you to as well. Next week, you start with a discussion board post, and you also have a short quiz exercise. The next week, same thing with a different plagiarism exercise. If you were in Communication Essentials last semester, this research skills exercise is kind of a 2.0 of the one you did in there. It gets you more detailed information that will be relevant to what you need to know in this level of communication course delivery of assignments. The plagiarism exercise is, again, a completely different one than you completed last semester in Communication Essentials. So both of those have to happen. Don't assume I'm going to use your grades from last semester. That's not how this works. After that, you will begin interactions with the textbook, so you need to own it by week 4 at the latest, and you will be developing an assignment there that is a PowerPoint and a sample test question that is preparation for the test itself. Your team announcement for your website also happens, and then as we progress throughout the term, both of those things kind of develop gradually. In weeks 8, immediately after reading week, the test itself will take place. It is online, open book, all those things. That is followed by pretty solid development of your website, and then self-assessment, peer assessment of what you had created. And then we finish off, as I said, with the last of the discussions. And as you see, there are a variety of assignments throughout the term. Your test is worth 20%. The website creation itself is worth 15%. But a lot of these other little 5%ers, so to speak, build towards the building of this 15% website creation. And then as you see, you get another 15% for the critiques of your peer and of yourself. So in total, the website is worth a good chunk of the mark for this course, actually. Yeah, I think we've already gone over this part. If you're emailing me, make sure you're spelling Hines correctly. If you're typing it out, it's Hynes. Please use your student email account to communicate with me. That will keep you out of my spam folder. As well, we do need to keep it professional. This is an upper level communications course, and I do want you to be using my professional course email. I will be using yours. When you write to me, please include your first and last name, as well as the fact that you're writing about the virtual communication course. I have 2 other online courses that aren't this topic and a live course, and so I've got 160 students total, and just having to look up your name and which course you're in is time consuming. So if you can provide me with that information, it will allow me to get back to you with an accurate answer that much more quickly. All right, so that was document 1. The next ones we're going to go over, also in the course information area, are the syllabus and the addendum. So let me just open them here. This is your syllabus. All my contact information is here. As you see, I am having office hours on Wednesdays. Please email me ahead if you're intending to come, as I usually have a number of students coming that day, and I can give you a specific time within that hour so that you don't conflict with anybody else. I'm located on Barrie campus in B228C. I would like you to read over this document. It does give you what you will be learning and the course objectives for this course, how you will be earning your grades, how your grades are broken down. As well, here are the textbooks, right? You are required to use Writing for the Web. Back in 2015, we had to switch. Actually, the textbook had the same name. So if you're buying a really old copy, just be sure that it's this cover, that it's this author, that you get the right one. Sites and Sources is optional. You may already own it from being in Communication Essentials. If not, the content on the Georgian Library website is equally valid and up to date. So that amount of APA ability you should already have from taking Com Essentials. What else? Expectations for success. Make sure you're in Blackboard a lot. Make sure you are reading your student email, because it is the only way I have of getting in touch with you. We never meet. So email is the only way I can get you updated on any changes. The results of your marks will be posted to Blackboard with feedback, but I will be emailing you when your marks are available. So do keep track of your emails. It says a minimum of twice a week. When working in teams on class assignments, if you choose to have a partner, or when you're replying to appear in the discussion board, make sure you use professionalism at all times. As it says, zero tolerance for lateness is here. Make sure you're good in the library, that you've been there, that you've had an orientation, that you know how things work. And also, as I grade your work, if I see repeated language or writing errors, I will be referring you to the centers in the library. And just make sure that you are accessing all the supports here at the college that you have already paid for. Academic integrity, of course, is very important in online courses as well as live courses. Be aware of the misconduct policies of the college. I will be using Turnitin periodically throughout the semester as needed. So just be aware of that and read this over in detail on your own time. The other piece I wanted to look at is the syllabus addendum. Because this is an online course, the fire drill and lockdowns aren't really relevant, but if you have some live courses, that's when they're happening. And just be aware of the process for campus closures, that type of thing. Of course, as an online course, none of that is relevant to us, because of course you can hand things in. Everything's coming in through Blackboard. So there you go. The last document in this section is the outline. This is your official Georgian course outline. If you ever choose to leave the hallowed halls of Georgian and pursue education at another learning institution, these are the documents you're going to want to take to them and that they're going to want to see to know what you can be exempted from. So I always recommend printing off a copy, keeping a copy of this on your hard drive. As you see, it has official course descriptions, content, how you were evaluated, each of the outcomes, all that sort of thing. An important document to keep. Last piece here is just a link to APA format. It's just going to permanently be here so it's easily accessible for you if you need to get to that page. The other piece I want you to look at is the assignment page. As you see, your weeks are broken down throughout the semester, pretty standard. Most of the weeks, especially for the first half of the semester, come with a screencast or an audio cast. Some of these are not going to be available until I get them updated. Okay, but week 1 is ready to roll. So after you finish listening to this, you can get in there and start looking around. What else? Discussion board, you will be using it this first week. Part of your first assignment is to complete this getting to know you exercise. Just want to know a little bit about you, seeing as we don't get to meet each other at all. It's nice to see who you're virtually sitting beside in the classroom. As well, I would like you to post, included in that post, 2 to 3 ideas, brainstorming for your upcoming website. Okay, one parameter for that website is that it must be useful to students in your program or people in your field. So start thinking about that. This can't be about a hobby or a pet or anything like that. This must be a professional, relevant website related to your studies here at Georgian. Okay, so just to be thinking about that. As you see, I do use the discussion board fairly frequently throughout the semester, so become familiar with how it works. If you are not familiar with the discussion board, just email me and I can give you a little how-to, but most of you have used it already. Another piece I want you to look at is instructor information. If you're ever needing to get a hold of me, the easiest way is just to click here. It turns into an email to me. If you want to speak to me, I am not always on campus. You are welcome to leave me a message. It gets turned into an email, so I will get back to you normally within 24 hours, unless for some reason, I'm out of town. Rarely happens. If you haven't heard from me within 24 hours, chances are your message didn't come through, so please send it again. As I said, my office is in B228C, and I do appreciate you requesting an appointment time with me. What else? I think that's it for the moment. I'm going to guide you back to the announcement page. And from here, actually, I think you can go into the assignments area, actually, and go into this screencast for the overview of what is expected for the website, and also then you can finish up this week completing the discussion board post. So, thank you.